right, back over to the panel. Is this the right move here, what you heard there from Ron DeSantis?
I'm not sure we have one side trying to put the other in jail. We're the United States of America. We don't do that stuff. And truly, the governor of Florida knows better than to come out and saying this stuff. Again, who is running against Donald Trump here? Why are they hugging him literally with their words? I just feel like this is nonsensical from DeSantis' universe, but it's a continuation of what we've seen from his campaign, which is rife with problems. I think there's a lot of infighting going on. Number one, it's been sort of leaking out about that. But the strategy here is to look like a better leader than Trump every day of the week. He doesn't have to do this stuff. He's trying to do it with this agenda that is touching federal agencies to cultural issues. Mid-Atlantic donors in particular, the big financiers, the big donors who see this as an investment, don't like these moves from DeSantis. He doesn't have to do this stuff. And the continuation of this is going to mean more money woes for him. Look at his latest campaign finance disclosure. In that, we learned about 40% of the money DeSantis has raised has already been spent.
Yeah, they got
how's he going to continue?
They got a little bit of a potential money issue there. Can you straddle the fence and beat Donald Trump?
That's what they're all gambling on.
Right, it's a gamble, right? I think gamble's a good way to.
The problem is that let's assume that you actually succeed for the sake of argument. Then you need the people that stuck with the former president to now turn around and vote for you. And look, MAGA is many things, forgiving, not one of them.
Right.
You know, he got reelected overwhelmingly because he kept the state open. But he has gone so far into social issues and niche issues and now not solving problems. For example, on the immigration law that they passed in Florida, just recently I was talking to Francis Suarez, the mayor of Miami, who's running for president, who is going to be on our podcast, and he was talking about the fact that it is actually hurting small businesses, it's hurting construction industry. These things are going to catch up with him. And so he's got to have a strategy. And my strategy suggestion would be run on what worked, which is keeping government open. And instead, he's decided he's going to unwoke the military. I don't know. No Labels said national service plan. That seems more reasonable and more palatable to most.
Indeed.
So, Bob, these headlines that we've talked about money, about letting go of staff. One way to say, get those off the front page is by rolling out policy initiatives. Is that what this accomplishes, or does that not sort of rise to above the fold?
I think we need to see more bold initiatives. I mean, Donald Trump himself has said he's copying me, and a lot of his ideas seem to be copying Trump's. I mean, but you step back for a second. DeSantis had a lot of potential when this primary began. A lot of money, okay? But so did the New York Mets, and they're awful. Right. I know.
Something we all agree on.
You got to be effective with money and oxygen.
Yeah, you've got to.
And that's the problem, is he hasn't been effective with either of them. And I thought Casey DeSantis was going to be a secret weapon. The last video I saw, I was like, whoa, which moms are you talking about? Very, very narrow sliver. Talk to a broader audience.
Now, as DeSantis falters, at least 8 people see an opening in this GOP primary, okay? That's a lot of people. And are people doing this the right way? I wouldn't say DeSantis is doing it the right way, and I wouldn't say any of these other 7 that I think have somewhat of a chance to
Hey, look, for crushing him, for lack of a better term, or for pointing out a lot of the flaws, can we throw that full screen back up? There's a lot of folks who would like to be at 20%. So he is doing something right?
Yeah. But he's dipped below, and I think the Real Clear Politics average this morning I saw had him below 20% for the first time since October of last year, when he took off right after his reelection. So he's gone the wrong direction, and none of these moves. I mean, staff shakeups. That's good DC chatter.
Right.
That's not going to re-energize you, and I don't see anything new coming out that's going to set him on a different.
And it's the likability, truly. I mean, we thought, again, Casey DeSantis, here's this maybe mastermind, but there's no such evidence.
I looked at the first 3 polls after Ron DeSantis announced that he was running. 23%, 23%, 23%. There were 16 polls after that have been taken. Only 2 of them higher than 23%. The other 14 go in the other direction, and that's why you got that 20% figure.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.